Hey, everybody. Welcome to Elevate the World podcast. We are on episode 31.
Up there.
We are here. We have arrived. Yes.
Hi.
So today, guys, we've been waiting for this day. But before we get to our amazing guests, we have Trained Like Prince, Scotty the Body. I'm Ange Fit. And then we got the Girl Squad. I mean,
Make some noise for the Girl Squad.
Okay. Before we get into the podcast, we must have the Girl Squad introduce themselves one by one because, guys, this is a group you're going to want to know. Okay. So, Ashley, you started off.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, I'm Ashley. I have a little girl and I like to dance and stay fit.
Now, Ashley, why do you like dance?
Not a particular reason. I am an NFL cheerleader.
Hey.
Oh,
Let's
okay.
not
So,
that.
everybody out there, you mamas out there, don't give up. We got a mama. She is a Ravens cheerleader. I mean, come on, right there. All right, who's next?
Well, I mean, how do you follow that? I am possible. I am the quiet one, and that's about all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Nah.
Pasca says she says she's the quiet one, but she is fierce. She is not the quiet one.
Your energy speaks for itself. Your energy speaks for itself.
Love it.
All right, who's next?
What's your name? My name is Tony. That's right. I've been married for 30 years. I have 2 grandsons, and these are my girls.
Hey.
Yes. Now, Sani, we'll have some special questions for you.
Right.
Okay, but we'll get to that. All right, who's next?
Well, I'm Madge. I'm not married. She's looking for somebody. So she's not married. She's real cute. Yeah. I got 4 beautiful children. I got 4 wonderful dogs. And yeah.
Imagine like the ultimate auntie.
Right. Now,
Badass.
something inspiring about Madge, which we will get to, is that you're a vegetarian, right?
I'm vegan.
Vegan.
Oh, we out here.
Careful. Big difference.
Vegan. Like,
Getcha.
guys, we're messing with the vegetarian lifestyle in our house, so I just need to give Madge some like major high fives here.
Thank you.
She's so inspirational. All right, who we got next?
I'm Julianne, and I recently shortened my last name to Ryan. I just got married, and I'm not vegan.
Hey.
Not
I eat
vegan.
Now,
you can still call me
Jules
J.
and
Paxton.
Jules and I connected over 75 Hard, DLB, like really. I mean, instant connection, so much in common. Absolutely. All right, that's everyone. So I'm going to get into a quote. Now, we always start the podcast off with a quote. Guys, I couldn't come up with one. I have 3. Because these quotes, hands down, reflect the women that you see as the Girl Squad. So the first one is, a friend is one who overlooks your broken fence and admires the flowers in your garden. Sani's shaking her head because this quote could not be Sani Moore, who literally all of these women in front of you will overlook any flaw you have, any mistake you ever made, and just lead with love and accept you for who you are without any exceptions.
Straight up.
Absolutely.
Straight up.
The next one is, a sweet friendship refreshes the soul. And I know Scotty and Prince, you can agree with this. When you spend time with these women, you walk away feeling so energized and renewed that you can't even explain it. You can't even explain it.
That's one of the things I miss the most, for sure.
Same. All right, and the last one, are friends are those rare people who ask how we are and then wait to hear the answer. Every single one of these women, the first time that we met them, and they ask how we are, who we are. And then guess what, guys? They're quiet because they're listening, because they really want to know how you are. I mean, and call me out on this or come at me. There's not many people like that. Because when someone says, how you doing? They just keep on walking, or they're
Yeah.
thinking about themselves or what they're going to tell you.
Other intentions.
These women seriously want to know how you are. And then they want to know how to help you and how to comfort you.
All the way.
All the children.
All the children.
Oh yeah,
Unbelievable.
got both girls over here.
Oh,
And I love all those quotes. They're so beautiful.
Oh, thank
There's so much girl power on this
Look
podcast.
at them.
I can't
you.
even.
You wanna wave hi?
Hi.
This is Haven. She can't hear y'all because I got headphones in.
Oh,
Gosh,
Pretty.
gorgeous.
you're saying pretty.
Oh,
All right,
thank y'all.
so I'm going to start with a definition of like what the Girl Squad is and what they mean. And I'm going to come up with my own definition. And then Scotty and Prince, you're going to come up with yours. And
Oh,
I
man.
bet you we're online. So I came up with this: a rare group of women who all lead with love, no matter what, every day. And all of
Right.
them. All right, Prince, what would you say? Well, how would you define the Girl Squad?
Man, like I think that the Girl Squad, like if you look at my life, I'm surrounded by women. And like I think when I think of the Girl Squad, like it's like when I first moved to Maryland, I really didn't know why I was up there. And y'all gave a lot of meaning to even my purpose for being up there. Y'all made me realize like that the importance of what I do. And I freaking cried in front of y'all, man, just because y'all pulled it out of me. I think I had maybe years and years of held back tears and things I wanted to share that like y'all just naturally pulled out in front of me. And not a day goes by when I don't think about y'all, for sure. And you know, just yeah, y'all definitely energized me. And y'all are a large ball of energy and love and and like 100% unfiltered authenticity. You like, it's inevitable that you're gonna get the real from the Girl Squad, each and every one of them.
I like that.
Fruit.
I like that.
Scotty,
up.
what do you got?
Y'all just a bunch of badass bitches. Really.
Glad I got my headphones in.
No, seriously, just you guys are all empowering, inspirational. Like I don't know anyone else that I don't know if there's anyone else that I met for, I would say so briefly, who I've connected so well with. You know what I mean? Like everyone on this podcast, I could say that. Like literally instantly when I met you guys, within 1, 2, 3 weeks of meeting you guys, like we were family, and
Yes.
we literally just connected
Instantly.
And that's and I'm legit getting
Yes.
goosebumps right now when I'm like talking about this. Like it's so surreal where it's like we are family and like we are in each other's lives. We give each other cards. We just send each other a motivational text every morning. We're looking out for each other no matter what. And honestly, I couldn't ask for a better group of people to have in my corner.
It's just very
I
genuine.
second that.
Genuine.
Yes, absolutely. So, if you haven't picked up already, today's podcast is about women empowering women, but not just that, because obviously relationships or friendships, whether you're male or female, they all are important. So today we're going to really dissect why having adult friendships is so important for happiness and to be fulfilled and to really complete that whole wellness circle, because it really is a huge part of connecting to people and really being true to you. And, you know, you attract your tribe. So who you are inside really attracts the people that are around you. So let's kick off the question. Sani, you've got to break it down and tell us, how did the Girl Squad start?
Oh yeah, how to draw a symbol.
Did I just meet at a bar one day? Like,
Sorry.
oh,
We
wow.
knew you were gonna ask us this question. I'm gonna break it down for you. I'm gonna break it down. Okay. Sorry. Okay, so Madge and I met first. We've been friends for 32 years.
In the game.
Pasqua, 32 years. So Madge came into the salon and I cut her hair while she was pregnant with her first son. Pasqua, I worked at the salon where she was. So we've known each other the same amount of time, 32 years here. Then at Luminaire at another salon that I worked at, I met Julianne. She was one of my assistants. And then Ashley came aboard to do hair. So then all of us kind of connected together because we started Sani's boot camp at my house
Yeah.
because we were all about that's so sad. Right? And that's kind of shorted it all. We all kind of were connected in that way where it's like, let's just work out. Let's just do something together. And that's one of our things that we love to do together that really is a real foundation for us to be together. And it makes sure that we make that time to do that. So in the short, that's kind of how it all kind of happened. Is that right, girls? Okay.
That
So
is so great.
how was that?
Man.
That is awesome.
I don't want. I know I didn't send you any questions, Ange, but I do want to ask a question on, what was, like, what drew you guys into each other? Like, what kind of made you like, all right, cool. Like, you cut Madge's hair for the first time, or you're working with Pasqua, or Julian was your assistant. Like, what was it that kind of like sparked those relationships between each other? Like, what was it that was it? You guys is just like your personality? Was it like something you guys like all had in common? Like, explain a little bit on that.
I feel like all of our personalities are so different, but everyone's very genuine and we all have the same, I guess, like end goal, you know, is to make these connections with people. And it's so evident when you meet people that have that like-mindedness. So while we're very different in our lifestyles and our personalities, we all have that same goal, and it's to empower each other.
And I like to go off of that. I think it's so wild to think about where the path of life that I was walking when I met Sandra was just so different. I was so young. I didn't know where I was meant to be. So it's really cool to see what keeping my relationship with her has turned into and what else it's brought me. It's wild. So it's pretty cool.
I want to give you guys a hug.
And I
Yeah, I mean,
I think it's like when we met you guys, you know,
Oh,
when you
yeah.
meet someone and your souls are like really connected, like you know it. It's not something you have to work on. It is just a gift.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
feel that and you just absorb it. And that's the whole thing, like with us, where it's like you meet Matt, like I met Madge and she's pregnant with her first son and cut all her hair off. And I'm like, we're gonna be best friends. And we'll be friends. You know, and it's one of those things where you meet someone and you're just like, you are my people, you know, and that's what it is, where it's like when you have that, you nurture that and you cherish that. And that's what's really important, because so many people don't realize the importance of your tribe, your people, you know, your squad. And it's really, really important to value that, because so many people walk through life and they have it, or they may not see it, or they may not ever receive it, because that's not what they're looking for. You know, I don't know if that makes sense.
Sonny,
it makes a
yes.
whole lot of sense.
Which absolutely, it's like you are in my head, leads to my next question. It's like you read my notes, even though I didn't share them with you. Pasqua,
Hi, I'm Sonny.
Pasqua,
You're up.
this one is for you, because like Sonny said, like people don't take the time to nurture friendships. Keeping a group together is work, right? I mean, schedules get busy, maybe people, you know, drift apart. You know, your circle of friends gets smaller as we age, as we go through life. So what do you guys do to keep the Girl Squad together? Because I can speak from experience. Guys, not all women support other women. And I can tell you, and again, I always say on this podcast, you can come at me with any kind of comment, but it is real. Not a lot of women will support other women or want to be a part of a group of not just one. We have 5 very strong, amazing, loving women. And, you know, some might be intimidated, some may not. So Pascal, how do you guys keep it together? What are some things you guys do to keep that group so tight?
Group texting for sure. Who's gonna be working out, what days, what time? We're here at the beach now. We make time, this is our girls' weekend. For me, making friends has never been, easy. I'm a very protective person. I let very few people in. So for this to happen for me is really weird. But we trust each other. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
But there's no competition. We don't,
Yeah.
we don't.
Trust for me is big. I trust them 100%. With whoever I let into my heart is always going to stay there. And even if it's for a minute, if it's for a year, if it's forever, but I will go to bat for you if you're my friend. I will do whatever I have to. I will take somebody out if I have to.
Yes,
Italian in me.
Pascal's got some connections. I know that for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
no doubt, no
Well,
doubt,
I
no
mean,
questions.
Never thought I
Right.
needed this until I have it, and now I don't know what I did without it. Like, you think you're fine, like I'm with that person that is like always fine by myself. I'm good on my own.
But you're better.
But I'm trying better.
We
with-
make you
with them.
better.
I'm better with them. for sure. And they're
Hey,
gonna
that
be
song
way
came to
better,
my mind too.
way better. They can be way better. I mean, we have experience, we have youth, so we
Got the
all.
whole gamut.
you guys, and trust is huge. Trust is huge. Because like you said, when you truly trust someone, you can truly let them in. And then that friendship just gets stronger and stronger. And then the bond's harder to break. You know, like the bond is together. And that is truly what you guys have. Absolutely. Prince, Scotty, a question before I go on. Do you have another one?
Go on, I got something. I'm marinating on it. I definitely have a question. I'm marinating on it, but
Want me
keep
to come
rolling,
back
man.
to you?
Come
Okay.
back to me. I just want to throw
Okay.
something in with trust. Like I you could tell the trust is real, and just of like how like this the backstory behind the squad is amazing. But then when you see y'all, it's almost like it. Oh, no, back up, baby, please.
Back up.
When you when you see y'all, like you just like you figure like it's like almost like how could y'all not be a squad? You know what I mean? Like you know what I mean?
Yes, right. So I want to ask Ashley this question because Ashley is surrounded by so many women, you know, being an NFL cheerleader, like the women and being empowered, and she's probably inspired by so many. But Ashley, I want to know, how do you feel being a part of the girl squad?
I think you know, you're very, they always say you're, you know, lucky if you have one. I'm gonna cry.
Hey, it's okay, Ashley. I've already cried in front of everyone. It's cool.
Hey,
Go ahead,
oh,
you're
the
fine.
three sizes. The girl, no, I'm just kidding. Not emotional. Okay, if you have one good friend, you're lucky. And I have such a solid group. So, God,
I knew we were going to get through this.
I
without
wasn't
tears.
gonna
It's
cry,
okay.
you guys, okay? So I'm not letting you at all.
you just can't make this shit up, I swear.
Go ahead, Ash.
So
Go ahead.
I feel very fortunate. Like Pasco said, you know, we all can trust this group with anything, any information, you know, your life. And you know that, you know, they're going to put you in your place if you're wrong. They're going to support you. They're never going to turn their back on you. So to have people like that is just, I feel unbelievably blessed.
That's
And I'm
so
not ever going to
amazing.
cry again.
Hey, I'm just glad I
Aw.
didn't break down. I'm just glad I didn't break down
Sorry,
first.
over here.
Oh, all right. So, Jules, I have to ask you because I feel that you and everyone has, Jules has definitely offered me so much in our friendship. Being that we both like we're doing 75 hard. You know, like I said, we have a common interest, but one thing, and all these ladies do, is they lead with love. So my question for Jules is, Jules, why lead with love and acceptance? Why? There's always it's always easier to not. You know, we're challenged all the time. But Jules, you always lead with love and acceptance. So tell me why. How'd you get to that point?
I actually feel, I do think I agree. Most people would probably say it's easier to not, but for me, I just value moments, days, you know, weeks. I'm very mindful. So I don't know what the person next to me is going through. So how could I not lead with love and acceptance? I guess I've been exposed to so many different, you know, things and journeys that people have been on. And, you know, I can see it could always be worse, if that makes sense. So I just like to really be very positive. And I can't imagine not leading with love. And you know, people actually really blows my mind. So I have people in my, you know, around me that don't act that way. And I try not to get stuck on it, but I really am like analyzing, like, how does she live her life like that? And I just, you know, marinate it a little bit and I let it go. I'm like, all right, moving on. So I just feel life is so short. I'm very, very mindful of that. Tomorrow's not promised. Today's, you know, here we are. So I just wake up every day. Seriously, I'm like, I just feel very grateful. It might sound like too positive.
No,
Just,
and
you
all
know.
you guys, for me, if I'm in a moment, I think of all of you guys and I think of, okay, change it around, change your vibe, okay, change your mindset, because there are people out there like the Girl Squad that have been through so much, which leads to you, Madge. And you can share as much of your story as you want,
Okay.
but I will tell you that Scotty and Prince and we talked about you on the podcast a little while ago. And we said, why is it that when Madge is around, we just feel like everything is going to be okay?
Yeah. No, Matt, do you remember that morning when I woke
Yeah.
up with my fingers shaking
I
because I was
know.
gonna be late. I was gonna be late to the 5 a.m. to teach
I
the
know.
5 a.m. and I didn't know who to call. And I looked at the list of who was gonna be attending, and it was like automatic call Madge. And then
I
she
know.
was just
Driving
like,
to the gym and
huh.
this weird number comes up like, who's calling me? 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah, it was like she was just like, that's just life. And like I was like, cool, because I was smashing down 83, like smashing.
Madge, why do we feel this way about you? What makes you this way? Because I know everyone else feels the same way. Like Madge is there. Like it's so chill, it's so fun. You know, if there's a problem, okay, you literally have helped me with things. Like, okay, whatever,
Aw.
girl, like just move on. This is what it is. This is what you're gonna do. Get at it.
I don't think I've always been like that. I think living my life and having the experiences that I've had with certain things have taught me different ways to respond to things. Like I used to be a big ass hothead. Old Cynthia Tell. And reactionary instead of being, you know, stop, think about it, process it, and then have a thought about it. So I just feel like life has, all the crappy stuff I've been through has actually been like blessings in disguise because I was able to learn from it. So is that a good answer?
Yes. Now, I don't want
Great
to
answer.
put you on the spot, but do you want to share anything specific that happened in your life that made you think, all right, guys, you know, life is short. We got this. If we can get through this, we can get through anything.
Well, my dad died when I was 15, so that really sucked. And I got married when I was, how old was I? 21 or 22. Had a bunch of kids with a person who was not the best person to be married to, who was very verbally abusive, like really messed with your head, like made you doubt yourself, made you
wonder if you were crazy narcissist, and but I don't regret that because I've learned a lot from it. And I have these 4 beautiful children that taught me so much. Like
That
they
you
were,
basically raised.
they were the best things that ever happened in my life. Like they totally just taught me stuff. They don't even know. And I tell them to this day, they're all grown, and I tell them, you guys, man.
If I can intervene, I just want to say one thing with Madge is that she teaches you how valuable family is. Like her and her kids.
Oh, there you go.
Oh.
It's family. It's like she teaches you family.
It's
Like
important.
family is important. And that is such a beautiful thing for how hard it was for her to raise them on her.
Absolutely. And I mean, we can all agree that each one of these questions and all of your answers, you guys couldn't be more real and more open and more honest. Like, I just feel like, everybody needs a group like you guys.
I agree.
So
Yeah,
I have one more question, and I want all of you to answer this because this may be something that some people struggle with, especially adult women.
Yeah.
You get married, you have kids. To me, looking and knowing you guys have done an immaculate job as women being you and honoring you and never, I've only known you for like a year and a half, but you guys really own who you are. A lot of women lose themselves if they get married and have kids. A lot of women would stop pursuing their goals, their dreams. You each day reach or pursue or move forward to reach your goals while still having a family, being married, having a job. And you're doing this all. What advice would you guys give the women or men that are looking for their tribe? Because especially in this world now, it can be hard. There's a lot of people that feel lonely. There's a lot of people that, might not feel connected to somebody. How can people find their tribe?
I think you need to be vulnerable. Yeah. I think you need to just put it out there, just let people know whoever you're with. Everybody's human and everybody has gone through the same kind of stuff that you've gone through, albeit maybe in a different way. But when you're vulnerable and like super real with people, I think that's what drives and gives you the connection.
I think, yeah, I'm gonna stem right off of that, and how you started it. We when you ask a question, how are you doing, or depending how's your family, like we listen. So if someone's like not able to find their tribe, maybe they just need to like pull it back and be more intentional, with what you're doing, and be intentional with how you come off to other people, and the time that you're spending with them. Because even like looking at the screen right now, the short amount of time that we all got to be together, think about how powerful it was, like our connection with all of you guys. And it's like, we could have just come and go working out. Thanks. Oh, pick it up, pick up a heavier weight. Got you. Thanks, Prince. See ya. Like, but I just feel like we are very intentional. So the listen, the vulnerability, all of that goes hand in hand. And that's what gives you this is so real. Like, it's like,
You have to make it a
Yeah.
priority. Like, yes, you have to be vulnerable to make that initial connection, but you can't just make that connection and then walk away from it. That's not going to stick. So like, plant it, water it, let it grow. You can't just walk away from it. So, yes, we have a group text and sometimes someone will drift. They've got life things going on, but we always come back to it.
Reel them back in.
And, like I recently was going through something with my family and I kind of checked out for a little bit. I wasn't working out as much. And, I'd never really told anyone, but the only people I told, I finally reached out and I said, hey, this is what I'm going through. And they're all right there. I had disappeared for a couple weeks, but I came right back to them because I know that these are the people that are going to lift you up when you need it. So don't let those relationships flounder. Stick with them and make it a priority, and then you'll have your crew.
and someone could be so quick to be like at least at my age, people are like, how dare you? Oh, where have you been?
Right.
You're not a good friend.
Instead
you
of,
know?
are you
can't-
okay?
Yeah, yeah, that's
The cutoff game is so real these days.
yeah. I'm so
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are selfish, and for one thing I can say is that none of you guys are selfish. and for people to like, let's say if they haven't seen you in a while, they quickly just like cut you off, like that's just because they don't see any value in that relationship because they are only looking to gain something rather than to give.
Yeah.
And
Right.
Yes.
about
Good
having
point.
relationships and friendships, it's all about giving and receiving on both ends. It's not just a one-way street.
I'm sorry.
Look at you, Scotty.
Scotty. So,
Dropping that nudge.
Sky's a therapist. Y'all don't know. Sky's a
Scotty
therapist.
is a
You don't
therapist.
even
That
know.
is,
You don't even
you know
know.
what? Don't let that beard fool you guys. He is there. He is a
yeah.
sensitive. Sensitive.
Wow.
Yes, you sensitive, baby.
Prince, do you have your question that you were marinating
Yeah.
on? All right, let's hear it.
Look, so like lately, not even lately, and like over the past year and stuff, I've been really big on just like, understanding like masculine, feminine energy, all this stuff, and just wanting to grow as a man and be the best man I could be for myself, my family, the world. And as you can see, I got a family full of girls. I'm a girl dad and a wife. I have a wife, and all this stuff. And I would say, what advice? Because I feel like a lot of times men seek advice from other men. I'm like, okay, hey, this is what you need to do to be a great man, this and that. But I want to actually know from a woman and a strong woman's perspective, all of y'all, including you, and what do you think is a characteristic or something that a man should have to be the best version of himself, for his family, for his lady, for his children, and for the world.
I want the girl squad to
Why
answer
you looking
this.
at me?
You got that on
Yeah,
there?
went right up.
I think the fact that you're even asking that question is
I think it's huge.
awesome. Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Matt.
The one thing that I can say that my husband communicated to me early on in our relationship, because I'm like a take charge person, is I cannot read your mind.
We all just said it.
It helps me so much. Tommy, you want me to cut the chicken? I'll cut the chicken, but you gotta tell me to cut the chicken. Okay, so that's one thing that I share with everyone. That's why the girls are laughing, because that's always one thing I always share is that, we can't read your mind, you can't read our mind. So communicating is very important, and you have to be open to that in a relationship also. And it's the way that you deliver it,
Yeah.
And that's what's really important, is the delivery, where it's not like, cut the chicken, you know what I'm saying? I need your help. Okay, if you need help, you ask for help. If you need something done, you ask for it to be done. Like I need, this is, it's about like not what they're not doing right. Okay, you're doing this and pointing the fingers. No, it's about what you need as that person, as that man.
And your words are
woman.
powerful. The words you use to ask.
I mean, I think that's one of the main things, is that communication, and not take shit personal. Where you are right now, DePrente, is exhausting, and you guys can be at each other's throats because you both are exhausted, and you feel like I'm doing it all, you're doing it all, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, step back, take a breath, and just say, okay, where are we here? Communicate. You need to communicate. And
Thank you.
I just feel like communication is so important. It really is.
I always felt like if I kept the kids alive for a day and I fed them, I did a good job.
That's right, baby.
I think
Yeah. But I don't know if that helps you or.
No, that was super, super helpful. I think like even today, like, I'll we didn't bump heads or anything like that, but it was like I'm with the girls today because I got off work a little bit earlier, and my wife was like, hey, I want to go like pick up my sister from her job and kind of spend some time with her, you know what I mean? And like, just kind of being like, hey, while you're working, I'm here with the girls all day, so it'd be good just to get some fresh air, that type of thing. And even being tired from work, understanding the value in that, and then for me just seeing it as an opportunity to actually get the time that I don't get with them during the week. So yeah, communication is key. I want something from all of y'all, each and every one of y'all. I want something from everybody.
Well, let's see. Jules is the most recent married.
Yeah.
All right, Jules. Let's hear what
Well,
you
my knowledge
got.
comes from coming from Sonny. She's really helping me in this beginning phase of my relationship. And something like that is so huge because Danny and I are working on our communication. And, you know, to say that, Mom's Sonny in my head, I can't read my mind. I can't read your mind. We have to talk. I can't just walk around and have, you know, my little attitude. So I think obviously the communication is just huge. And then after that, you ask, or even if like, you know, your wife says, I'm fine, I got it, you know.
I'm
fine,
fine.
Maybe you
Right.
can somehow figure out how to dig a little deeper.
Just like, don't ever say
Because-
whatever.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen. Point straight.
I think
It's
always,
always something else.
always make time for each other for a little date. Time for you to yourself, so that you can always nurture and water your relationship. Because I think when you have kids, you get so caught up in the day to day, just trying to, you know, do kids. Only 24 hours
Yeah.
in the day, and damn, it's hard. And that's like,
Yeah, nah, it is. It has been.
30 years. We've been together 34 years. Every Wednesday has been date night.
Yeah.
So
And
that's
it is
really
important.
important.
You don't have to go out.
It's not get, like we don't get dressed up how, you know what I'm saying, whatever. Even if we go to Home Depot and then Chick-fil-A, that's a date, baby. That's a date. Every time we do that, you know, so
I like
that's
that.
it's really
Yeah.
important to still have your connection together.
What about it? You can call and everything.
Aqua, where you at?
I gotta go a different direction with that. 21 years married and people change. People change in 21 years. And
That's true.
I'm definitely not the same person that my husband married. I'm totally different person.
Bitch, you make it better.
It's true.
I
Better.
came into the,
Way better.
yeah, I came into the taking care of myself world late. Like I was in my late 45 when I started taking care of myself, because in my European upbringing, that's a selfish thing to do. So it's hard to change how you're hardwired. So, and my husband was okay. I mean, I was fine. I mean, I did it for health reasons, but he was fine in the beginning. And then as I got more serious and I started changing a little, I didn't think I was changing. He did have a little bit of hard time with it, I have to say. And my very first trainer told me what happened, and I was like, yeah, no, he's fine. He likes it when I come to work out. He's like, yeah, sometimes it ruffles some feathers. So he did. I mean, now he's fine totally, because he knows that I will choose me every time. I just will. So it might
And that's
sound
not
harsh.
selfish.
And it doesn't, but you know, people do change with years of marriage, and you gotta go together. And sometimes somebody's not in a great place and the other person is, and sometimes the person is, the other person isn't. And it's not, and it's gonna go up and down. And it's not about, sometimes it is down, and sometimes you just gotta know how to resurrect it. So
You learn from it.
people, and you learn crazy things about it. And so, I mean, I'm better now. I'm a way better wife. He likes that I dress a little different.
Instead of girls fine, she don't wear
Yeah.
try to wear that mouth.
Yeah, I'm a way better mom. I don't know if my kids would be where they are now if I didn't start taking care of myself. I want them to take care of themselves and be really strong women.
They are.
Example.
And they are.
And it's hard to change. Change isn't easy. Change is not easy. And you always have to work on yourself. You're the relationship that's the most important.
Yeah.
Like if you don't get through whatever it is and you don't process stuff, and it's hard. It's every day it's hard, and some days are great and some days aren't. And this is why this is great, because you can always bounce something off of someone. But change, even if it's good for you, it's hard. When I started taking care of myself, I had a hard time with that. And but little by little, like one day at a time. Now, if you made me stop, there's no way. There's no way. There's no way.
Believer.
Got it? So, Prince, like my husband is an awesome father. These girls couldn't have had a better father. He does take them out separately and and spends quality time, you know, with them. Because, you know, in different ages require different conversation.
Mhm.
We're very respectful of each other. We want them to be with people who respect them. You want to be that guy that those girls hold those guys that they're gonna want to date.
Yeah,
lead
Like
by
that.
example.
Yes.
Lead by example.
And that's how you change it. That's how you change it. So, and
Nice.
and they're not gonna know anything different. Like, they're gonna know
That's what
what's
they're going to
expected and and how they should be treated. Like, and how you want them to be treated. You don't want somebody to treat you. So you have to be that guy that they hold that standard up to.
And she's the quiet one.
Right. Because like when it starts, she lays a lot on you. Man,
Yeah.
I actually appreciate that a lot. I think that well, that's what changed it for me when I had my first daughter. Like I started operating a different way because I was like, man, like if my daughter walked to the door with me, would I be okay with that? You be okay with that, Haven?
Oh, she's like, yes.
But no, that's really real. Yeah, I appreciate that advice. Just stop turning the light on, that burns.
Ashley, what do you have?
Ooh. So mine kind of goes along with the communication. You know, we hear so much in the day and age we're in. Sorry, I sound too old. Not like this day and age, you know, they talk about toxic masculinity and, you know, breaking these gender stereotypes. But personally, I feel that, you know, the man should be strong and unwavering. But that doesn't mean that if you're struggling with something that you just suppress it. You know, so the communication, it comes back to that. And I think recognizing your love language and your partner's love language
Good
is
one.
so important, because you're gonna naturally love someone the way that you want to be loved. And that might not at all be your partner's love language. So I think learning that
Truth.
early on about yourself and your partner, you know, it'll help you down the line so that you're not just pouring into someone what they don't need. You got to pour into someone what they need and vice versa.
Wow. That is, wow, that's actually, yeah, that's actually deep. Dang, okay. Yeah, I
Scotty,
appreciate
did you get all that too, Scotty?
I have a
I-
question.
what
I have
I-
a question.
What Ashley said, I
So me
connect
and
with the
Scotty both
most,
can set something up.
too.
Who's going?
No, you're
Scotty,
good. You
did
go.
All right,
No, I
go
said
ahead,
that
Prince.
was something
Finish
that,
up.
yeah. Now, just that was something that was a question I figured Scotty could probably get something out of too. I think any man watching this when it does air, I feel like, you know, that's something that men need to hear. Like I said, we always look for advice from other men, and yeah, it's needed on certain things. But I think that, like, you know, man, don't underestimate the presence of women. I do not underestimate the presence of women. Women are freaking, y'all give birth to whole babies. Y'all are like strong human beings. Like, and a lot of times women can like withstand a lot of things that a man can't. A man can't, especially mentally.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And yeah, no. So I felt like I was like, it'd be crazy of me not to ask that question from not just any random woman either, but 4 strong women. You know what I mean? Who like. I like with it knowing y'all less than a year, like I was willing to and open to telling y'all anything about myself, and it was almost like without force, y'all pulled it out of me. You know what I mean? And I felt like I got to know myself a lot more just from being around y'all.
They do that. Man,
They
they
do
do
that.
that.
I think what's really important with men too is that it's okay to show your feelings. Like, you don't have to like be all this armor on you, because that was the one thing that really drew me to my husband, even though like he was he was very sensitive inside, and I love that. I love that part of it where it's, you wouldn't think that, but it's like he's just this beautiful soul that has this armor on because that's how he was raised, right? And we didn't raise our boys like that, and I'm really grateful for that. So being able to show that emotion and share that is huge, especially to women and especially to other men, because it's not weakness. Men think it's weakness when they show certain emotions, and I think that's so wrong.
Well, we're gonna get these girls a talk show coming in the
Right.
fall for real. All right, because I gotta keep the time rolling. We're gonna play a game with the girl squad.
Okay.
We like
All right, this
Hey.
game is called Who is Most Likely to?
Oh, okay.
All right, here we
Okay.
go. The first and I mean, you can point, say the name. I gotta hear this.
Point.
Alright.
Definitely
All right.
point.
Who is most likely to give all their money to charity?
Madge.
I was gonna say, yep, Madge.
I think Julianne too. I think it's these two.
That's why
Okay.
I love you together.
Okay. Who is most likely to be the first on the dance floor?
Ashley?
Ashley?
I don't
know. We'll go together.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Who is most likely to get the most tattoos?
Madge.
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 Hey, chat it up.
Who is most likely to take all the secrets to the grave?
Me and Pascal.
Pasqua.
That's what
Yes.
For sure.
Yeah.
Who is most likely to move to a foreign country?
Ashley.
Ashley. For
They're
sure.
like,
Ashley. Yes. Who is most likely to get away with murder?
Guess what?
Pasqua. All right. Who?
You're not even gonna be sure it's
She's the quiet one. Watch the quiet one. Who is
Yeah.
most likely to be late for everything?
Madge.
I was gonna say
Madge.
Madge.
throw myself. There you go.
All right. Who is most likely to get thrown out of the club?
Hey.
I don't know.
Who?
Tawny.
Sonny? Sonny?
But it would be Sunny because she'd be like having our back for something that went down.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sonny, yeah, something's gonna happen.
Body-
Sonny's gonna be
body
like,
slam in the
kicking
bodyguard.
someone's ass,
Somebody
Yeah,
slam
fighting
in the
the bouncer.
bouncer.
right?
Who is most likely to accidentally poison someone with their terrible cooking?
Yeah. Ooh.
Julianne.
Madge.
Julianne. Scotty just said Julianne.
Okay, Danny would agree with that.
All right,
You told me.
who-
You told me. We talked about cooking
It's
and
bad, yeah.
everything.
Oh, yes. All right. Who is most likely to become president?
Ooh, it's a good question.
I want to say Sonny.
Sonny.
Yeah, I could
The world would be at a better place, trust me. I would
yes.
straight up,
All
straight up.
Who is most likely to take forever to make a decision?
Oh.
Not me.
Not me.
Julianne.
Taking it.
It's all right. I'll make it for her.
Oh, I can't make that decision. I actually can't.
Okay. You can't decide. You can't decide.
It's awesome.
Who is most likely to work for the CIA?
Pasqua.
Pass
Man,
one.
Pasqua, man,
Straight
she's like
up.
under the radar. That's what it is.
If
All
low
right.
key was if low key was a person, if low key was a person,
Right. Right. All right. Who is most likely to become a reality TV star?
Madge.
Sonny, for sure. I would love a show of your day today.
I would like all of you on a show.
Sonny.
All right.
Right.
Who is most likely to win Survivor? Because
None
we
of y'all.
asked this question.
None of y'all.
Us three actually asked. So myself, Prince, and Scotty, we actually talk about this with us three. And
did.
we did. So that's another conversation. But who out of you guys would win Survivor?
I feel like if my life came down to it, for sure.
Yeah, you'd figure it out.
I would survive. That's all I gotta say.
I would say Pasqua only because she would be kind of quiet about it, and like it would
Yeah.
get to the very end, she'd be kind of manipulating people.
Yeah.
I've never
Yep.
seen the
She
show.
wouldn't be quick to get voted off.
No.
Yeah.
No, she wouldn't be
Right.
quick because like,
So-
usually people with like
That's
strong
true.
personalities get voted off real quick.
That's not
Right. All right.
So
who
Madge,
is
sorry,
most
you're out.
who is most likely to get a speeding ticket?
Oh, well,
Everybody.
Donnie, yeah.
I say Ashley or Natalie.
All out for speed.
Probably because we're running late.
Right. And I know the answer to this one, and this is going to be the last question. Who is most likely to make new friends when they are out? Everyone.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I definitely.
It's not 100%, yeah.
We're gonna have fun with everybody.
Everyone.
Guys.
Not high.
And
That's
bring people to us.
Yeah,
All right.
What do you
So
guys think?
Oh, look at
real quick, because I have a 4:30, we have to stop. But here's the thing. We're going to talk about a song we're all working out to. And just to get ready for this podcast, my song is I'm Every Woman, whether you like the Whitney or the Shaka Khan version.
Hey.
I think of you guys. Yes. Yes.
Awesome.
All right, Prince, what do you got?
I got shout out to Scotty on this one. Dom Dollar, Define.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go.
Mm.
All right, Scotty, what do you got?
I just found this new song. Oh, it's not a new song, but it's by Benny Benassi and Chris Nasty. It's called Inside. It's like some like deep, heavy house music. But I've been jamming to that lately. On my way to work,
Alright.
Heavy
especially.
house.
Heavy
All
house.
right.
It's like
All right.
can't make a decision.
I know, right?
My
All
answer
right.
is literally whatever Scotty has on.
Yes.
Depends who he's
Hey.
trying to please, because the other day I really liked it. It was house remixes.
Yeah.
Papers came on.
Yours is
It was,
always,
yeah.
like so good.
Scotty, look at you. Good
DJ,
job.
DJ
You can tell
DJ
you
Body.
miss your rock days. I
DJ
love the
Body, man.
rock, leg
DJ
days.
Body.
That's not the only time I like listening to heavy metal music.
Yeah, I
is
love
with
it.
heavyweight. Like, it just makes you feel like, oh,
Right.
Yes.
You feel so strong. That's the thing. Yep.
Love it. All right. I need to ramp this up. My heart is so full. Thank you, Girl Squad, for
Yep.
giving us
See you
your
later, Prince.
time. Prince said he had to bounce. He'll come back.
Chris left.
But thank you, Girl Squad. Thank you.
for having
you.
us.
We love you. We love you.
This podcast will be so valuable for so many people. I cannot wait to get this on our YouTube channel, Elevate the World Podcast. Make sure you like and subscribe. You can find me at Ange Fit, Train Like Prince, Scotty the Bonnie. And if you want to get to know the Girl Squad, contact us. We'll hook you up. We know them. We know
Yeah.
'em.
Bridget, your hair is fire.
Yes.
Man, I miss y'all
Alright.
so much.
I know we
miss
do.
you.
We miss
I'm not
you.
gonna I'm not gonna cry until
Oh,
we end the meeting.
okay. We'll call.
All right, guys. Till next time. This has been such an amazing
Thank you for
podcast.
having
Thank you.
us.
Thank
Thank
you.
you guys. Keep
Thank you,
elevating.
guys.
Deuces.
No, I
And
appreciate y'all's presence. Thank
We'll
y'all.
we'll check you next time. Gosh, it'll be episode 32. We still have to talk about my 10-day phone disconnect. We got to catch up with Scotty and Prince on what summer and what they're doing this summer. We have a lot to talk about on the next episode, so make sure you guys do not
Say bye.
miss it.
Love it.
Bye. Bye, girls. Talk to
Bye.
everybody
Say bye.
later.
You wanna wave bye?
Bye.
You wanna wave bye?
Bye.
All right. She ready for her ice cream. All right. See y'all later.
Bye.
Bye.